welcome in this civics class. In our last class, we have discussed that who is an MLA, how an MLA is elected, what are the election procedures for electing an MLA, and what are the duties and responsibilities of election commission and election commissioners. In today's class, we will continue this chapter and try to understand how an MLA becomes a minister and what are their duties and responsibilities as a minister. So, let's see. So, let us look at another example which is given for us in our book like this. Himachal Pradesh in 2003 state election, Congress party has won 43 seats while BJP has won 16 seats and other small parties include total 9. So, you all remember the formula. Total numbers of seats are 68. Which party can form the government? Which party will have majority? Which party is having majority here? 43 is majority. But according to the formula, it will be 68 divided by 2 plus 1 equal to 35. So, which party will get more than 35 seats is eligible to form the government in Himachal Pradesh. That is Congress. So, Indian National Congress in 2003 is able to form the government. So, now which parties more MLAs are there? That party will naturally form the government and that party's leader will obviously become the chief minister like in Himachal Pradesh or in Arunachal Pradesh where we have BJP leader becoming the chief minister. Now, government. He forms the government. What is a government? Government has various departments working under it which are there to serve the people, which organize all the works which is the executive wing of the government. Now, all the MLAs together form the government. The party which is having more number of seats will form the government while the party which is having the second largest MLAs in the house will become the opposition party. So, which party's leader will become the CM is called ruling party and which party's leader will become the opposition leader or second place, that party is called opposition party. Like this, so all the MLAs are responsible for making the laws. They all gather or assemble in the legislative assembly. That's it. We call them as members of legislative assembly. Now, with the help of this flowchart, we will try to understand how does a government works and what are the responsibilities of the MLAs. They can be either in the ruling party or in the opposition party. Through the opposition party, the MLAs bring out the issues where the people are suffering from various unknown sins. So, they bring it to the notice of the government and the government will respond to this and then try to make some respective actions against them. Like, for example, people are suffering from water problem there in Patalpuram. The opposition party's leader, means MLA, brought this issue in the house for the discussion and debate. Once it is discussed and debated, the respective ministers will be answering to them and the reply will be given like what action they are going to take how they are going to compensate the loss of the lives of the people, and all these things will be discussed. So MLA's main duties are: first duty is to formulate the laws or make legislative process work smoothly and serve to the people, and the MLA who are in the ruling party will automatically become the ministers of various departments. Like in Arunachal Pradesh, when BJP formed the government, the MLAs of BJP party will have a chance to become the ministers in the BJP government. So they will be heading various departments, and the MLA only can become the ministers. So there is no need of any special qualification to become a minister. The only criteria to become a minister, the only thing is they have to be coming from the ruling party. So they have to be ruling party MLA. Obviously, they will become a minister. There is a chance to be a minister. So, what are the duties of the ministers? The minister will be heading a particular department. He has his own office and he will be assisted by senior most IAS officer to help him to look at the administrative process. So, what the house has made the laws with regarding to a particular department, the executive work is the responsibility of the minister, and the same MLA acts dual responsibility. One, as an MLA, he has to make the legislative process function properly. He has to implement the laws. He has to respond to the people on various issues or various issues which are brought out by the opposition MLAs as to work on to get some solution for that. The same time, what the House decided, what the Chief Minister has promised, this all implementation is done by the ministers. So, the executive work of the government is taken care by the ministers, none other than the MLA who become the minister. So, how many responsibilities they have? First one is making the laws, and the second one is implementation of the laws. MLAs have dual responsibilities. Now let us check what happened after the MLA brought into the notice of the government that 10 people died due to the unclear water supply in various places of Patalpuram, and the deaths of these people caused big loss for the society. So people are frustrated and protesting outside the MLA's house. So, what did government do to solve this problem? Let's find out. Now we will discuss on the topic working of the government. Once the issue brought to the notice of the government by the opposition party MLAs, the issue has been discussed in the assembly. The MLAs can bring out any problem to the notice of the government through a speaker in the assembly. So, in the assembly, there was a debate about the water problem and lack of pure drinking water, and which costed the life of 10 people in the Patalpuram region. So, now the next moment, Health Minister responded and also conducted a press conference to inform the public that what the government is going to do to solve the problem. Government has appointed a high-level committee to look into the shortage of water problem and also to supply clean drinking water to that region. And also government hospitals have to be equipped. The Ministry of the Public Work have to look into this issue to supply of water, and also promise that Chief Minister will going to visit to that places next week. The next week, Chief Minister visited the places who lost their relatives, went them and then consoled them, and also declared compensation amounts to at least to gratify the loss. They cannot completely solve the loss what they have lost. The member losing a family member is really a damage which cannot be replaced, but to help the families to recover from that financial burden, they have promised certain amount as compensation, and also asked the various ministry to look at the cleanliness of the region, and he also passed new law for municipal act for maintenance of the sanitation and supply of pure drinking water. Like this, the government responded on the issue, and these all are discussed in the assembly and laws are drafted. So the MLAs, without the approval of the MLAs, any bill cannot be drafted. So MLAs are very powerful when it comes to be as a member in the assembly or in legislative assembly. They can stop the working of the government. They can bring out any issue which is a burning topic in the people's problems, can be brought to the light by an MLA. They can solve any problem by bringing it to notice of the government. The government will respond because the party today, they can be a ruling party, and if they don't serve the people properly, they will lose their seat in the next coming election. And the party which was the ruling party in previous one now become an opposition party. The opposition party will become a ruling party. So it is the responsibility of the government to serve and cater the needs of the people. That is the reason why always any issue which has been brought to the notice of the government through the House will be discussed, debated, and tried to be given a solution by the respective ministry, and also looked at that issue has been sorted out from the grassroots level. So, like this, MLAs play a very vital role in the functioning of the state government. In this chapter, we discussed who is an MLA. An MLA is a people's representative elected by the people in the process of democracy. In our country, India, being the largest democratic country in the world, so we have a great system of election where it is very simple to understand the election process. On the other side, the second largest country in the world, United States, which follows a very complicated process of election. So now, here in this process of election, the regions are divided into constituencies for the election purpose. Once the election dates are declared, the election commission declares the entire state into different constituencies, and for each constituency the political party group of individuals with a common ideology who respects the constitution, and if they win the election, they form the government. So, who respect and be within the limit of the constitution can form a political party, and these parties file the candidates to contest in the election. Once a party get a majority number of seats, how do we decide a majority? The total number of seats of the assembly divided by 2 plus 1 gives the majority. Like, for example, if 60 is the total number of seats, 31 will be the required majority to form the government. So, which party or which political party will get the maximum number of seats above 31 can form the government. So, that party's leader will obviously form the government and becomes the chief minister, and his party MLAs can become the ministers. So, like this, these MLAs have dual responsibilities. One, to make laws, and second, as a minister, to implement the laws which are made by the Legislative Assembly. And they solve almost all the problems which are brought to the notice of the government and ensures the party's manifesto which was declared at the election time is fulfilled. So that when they go for the next election, they can say to the people through their election campaign that what they had done in the past and what they can do in the future. Like this, MLAs are very important. MLAs play a very important role in functioning of the government, especially state government. So that's all we have in this lesson. In our next class, we will start new chapter.